Going back 25 years ago, you were 19 years of age working on the farm. You heard helicopters overhead, but you had no idea what had happened until you went to the local shop.
Yeah, that's correct, Tom. Then the day sort of just unfolded very slowly from there.
Must have been horrific. Once you learnt of what had happened, you went with your mother into Port Arthur. Talk us through what confronted you there.
Look, it was decided that I'd head in with Mum because we were unsure about what would happen. Obviously, the communications were very poor back in '96, and I came into work with her as usual to help out. I'd only been at work. It was sort of away from the main scene, and half an hour, and then we were evacuated, mainly because the situation was still a live situation, and nobody sort of knew. They thought they knew where the gunman was, but they weren't exactly sure. So then we were evacuated and put into silence in a room. I guess it was a pretty life-changing moment. Certainly anyone that's been through that sort of siege sort of moment, it's amazing what goes through your mind, and it is very scary.
Can imagine. So, at that point there wasn't obviously firm knowledge on where the gunman might have been. What did the rest of the town and surrounding areas do? Was there a place to gather? What happened after that?
After we came out of our lockdown, then we were put in a counselling room, and then sometime later allowed to go home. I suppose a lot of people don't realise it actually went on for sort of a good 24 hours. It felt like weeks. Nobody knew exactly what was going on, except they thought they knew where the gunman was, and we were all just sort of still obviously had to go about our daily lives, but there was that bit of insecurity about knowing what was going on, and that was right up until he was evacuated.
Today's obviously a sombre one. What's it about for you?
I guess for me personally, over the last week, I guess I've had all the emotions brought up again, but it's about remembering those lives that were lost and taken unfairly, way too short for a lot of our local victims and I guess everybody else that was affected. But the bigger picture is there's still people living with the emotions and the effects and the scars of what happened that day. And so it's about, that changed their lives forever, and I suppose what unfolded after the massacre changed Australia forever, and how people feel and deal with things.
You talk about the local victims as well. Finding out, I suppose, there'd be a close-knit community, a relatively small one, people would know each other. The callous, brutal nature of this and how much it would have been reported on, the number of media reports of insider accounts, maps of how it happened, that must have been hard to be, constantly reading, and not just weeks, but months and years afterwards.
Yeah, and look, and that even comes down to now, and obviously whenever there's a big anniversary, people have to relive that. But I guess every time somebody that's passed away has a birthday or there's a special anniversary comes up, it brings out those raw feelings, and that is those who are deeply affected by it, suffer really badly, and everybody has different ways that they come and pay respect to those who died, and some of them do it very publicly, and others come to the memorial, at different times of the day to pay their respects.
Some anger at a film being made, a drama series, if you like, and whether it might glorify the gunman. What are your thoughts on that?
Look, I guess that's the main concern. The details are pretty sketchy about whether it'll be focused on his life pre-Port Arthur massacre or whether it's glorified on the day. I guess I've got great concerns about it, and the community has. I haven't had any direct contact from the filmmakers, so I guess we're just sort of waiting to see. But it is raw feelings, and I suppose we're in some ways lucky that there hasn't been a film made about this earlier. So.
Well, let's hope they at least have contact, because if they at least know people are concerned about they could possibly address it. Look, a sad day, Kelly Spaulding. We wish you all the best as you commemorate it. Thank you.